First thing, I want to talk to Blunty 3000 today, because you're one of my favorite people to watch on here. You're funny. You always have content of some kind. Entertaining. First thing is, was Clerks 2 any good? I don't want to review, just I want to know if it was any good. Did you like it? I want to see it. I figure you take his stuff pretty seriously, because you look like it. You might want to look like it, you know? But first thing we're going to do is play a little game. Top 10 worst habits. 10 is lying. Lying is a terrible habit. I gotta say, I don't really like to lie. I hate doing it. We all do it every now and then, I think, but it's just, we know it's wrong. It's a terrible lie. Terrible lie. Sometimes it just comes in handy, I guess. Whining. This is 9. We all whine. Just we whine differently than each other. We whine at different times, you know. It is a little obnoxious, especially at times. Skipping meals, we all do it. We don't try it. We work. We sleep, you know. You can't eat every 3 hours. You're busy. Gossiping. We've all done it. We don't realize we're doing it. Sometimes we're just making conversation. But it's a terrible habit to have happen to you. True gossiping always ends up in the story getting twisted. It's just telling stories. Swearing. I swear an awful lot off camera. I swear an awful lot depending on who I'm around. When I'm in the city, I swear. And, you know, I just don't think. I just communicate on the dialect around me at a level to get a message across or receive messages from those I'm speaking with. You know, every now and then we mix up the signals we're getting and we communicate with the wrong words at the wrong time, but for the most part, you learn how to talk to people the way they talk. It's the best way I mean, if you go to another country that speaks a different language as a primary language, the best way to communicate is by learning the language. But it's the same thing with dialect. When you go places and they have a different dialect, you learn the dialect. Biting nails, don't do it. I've done it before, never habitually. I hate this habit. It's a terrible habit, and I don't understand how people can be comfortable doing that all the time. Simply because when I do it, or have done it, your nails get all ridgy. Just don't bite them. You'll never need to file them, as long as you don't bite them. Smoking. I smoke. I'm not smoking now because I don't want to promote the image that people should smoke. I think it's a bad idea. From my personal opinion here, I just don't think it's good for you. And politically, I don't really care what people think. But I don't personally want to promote it to anybody. It's a bad idea. I hope everybody can quit and nobody starts again. But that's ideal dreaming right there. Overeating, Thanksgiving, Chinese buffets, pizza. Need I say more? Interrupting. I do this. I do. I don't like it. I do understand that it's rude. And I'll tell you why it's rude. It's rude not because you stopped them when they were talking, but because if you're interrupting constantly, it means you're focused only on what you are trying to get across or convey, not on what you were trying to learn. You're not even trying to learn. You're not listening to whoever's trying to tell you their side. Although I will say some of you get a little long-winded. When you make a point in an argument, you need to make a point, take a counterpoint. Make a point, take a counterpoint. Not this arguing off the wall bullshit. You know? It just doesn't make sense. Just saying crazy shit. Some of you people lie in arguments, and I don't understand how that works for you, because you're always proved wrong. Making shit up in arguments. What are you talking about? Or there's people that always did everything you did, but they did it with their hand behind their back. They're fun people. Although I met one like that once, and he really did do all the things he said he did. It was crazy. Number 1. We've made it to number 1, guys. Just to recap. 3 was overeating. 2 was interrupting. 1 is procrastinating. This is a terrible habit. We've all done it. We all do it. Well, not everybody. You notice the people who don't do it always get things done? It's crazy. It's weird how that happens. It's almost like they have more time to do the things they need to do. and they get them done better. Anyway, Blunty 3000. This was for you. Those are my 10 bad habits. What I'd like to know is, do you do any of those? How do you feel about that? And I want to also hear from you, maybe one or two more that you think I could have added or think could have been on there. By the way, I didn't make that list up. That was www.ediets.com/news article the slash is between news article. www.ediets.com/news/article.cfm/cmi underscore. Well, it was ediets.com. Yeah, now we're going to go over... Oh, anyway, Blunty, that is for you. If you could respond to the video, that'd be cool. I'd like to watch you respond to that. Now we're going to talk about me a little bit. I'm going to tell you a couple things I like and like to do. My favorite thing to do is video games. My favorite mood is when I'm in a creative mood and I'm just thinking crazy stuff, And I like it best when I feel energized when that's happening, because I get up and do things. I'm trying to open a business, for example. I'm not sure if it's going to open up, but I have a few good ideas for it, and I think it's going to work. These songs are all pretty familiar to you, aren't they? Can you even hear them? I'm sure you can hear them in the background. I'm editing them in and out, but I don't care. It's background noise. That's really for me, and I know it's not that distracting for you, unless the volume's too high. Anyway, this shit over in Isreal is crazy. It's been on my mind a lot, It's crazy. It's interesting. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and explain something to you. I think if people want a World War III, it's going to be a World War III. But if you calm your asses down and think about the situation, you'll understand that if a nuke goes off around your area, you probably won't notice. You'll just hear some weird noises and everything will go silent. Anyway, I'm going to do some theme videos and some interviews, and I'm going to meet some people around the area and show you some talented musicians and some artists that I personally know, and we're going to meet some very pretty people, and we're going to meet some very buff people, and we're going to meet personal trainers, and I'm just going to try and get a lot of people on the show. I'm calling it a show. I don't know if I can make it a show because I do work. The only way I could make it a show is if I made enough money off of, the show, so that I could do that as my full-time job, but I don't see that happening, to be honest with you. But it's going to be a hobby, a fun hobby for now. Tell you what, there's people that get paid and they get to leave YouTube, and that sucks. You know what? I would never take a deal to get paid to go do something else off of YouTube because of YouTube. I'd say, I'll tell you what, you just give me money to keep doing the show, and I think I got a deal. I'd do that, because then I can keep doing the show the way I want to do it. Contracts are ridiculous, though. Fuck contract. Did you ever read the EULA for YouTube? Especially if you're a director. You know that your logos and stuff are officially privileged to be used by YouTube. I'm not sure if you read that. This goes out to Filthy Horror, because she's selling a lot of shit. YouTube can take your money. YouTube can say, we want some of this money. They can make money off of you. As long as you can still make money doing what you do, though. You could just tell people where you're going and go there. Anyway, I think I'm going to have to cut this video short. I've been rambling for far too long. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I have. Sorry about the lighting, and I hope the volume's okay. This song sucks.